Adults 65 and older will soon outnumber children for the first time in America's history, it has been revealed. The U.S. Census Bureau released new projections this year that showed the country's changing and aging demographics. By 2030, all baby boomers will be older than age 65 and 1 in every 5 Americans will be retirement age. Projections also revealed that America will become more racially and ethnically diverse, with the country's share of mixed-race children set to double. The non-Hispanic white alone population is projected to shrink from 199 million in 2020 to 179 million in 2060. Meanwhile, the 2 or more races population will be the fastest growing over the next several decades. While the projections did touch on race, this time the Census Bureau did not mention when white Americans will fall below half the population. "It was just us getting back to sticking to data," a bureau spokesman told the New York Times. The Census Bureau made headlines in 2008 when it projected that non-Hispanic whites would drop below half the population by 2042. And 3 years ago the Bureau released a new graphic that showed white Americans would lost their majority status by 2044. Many academics criticized how the Bureau was presenting its data, fearing it could stoke white nationalism. Former Census Bureau Director Kenneth Prewitt was so concerned by the graphic that he organized a meeting with the chief U.S. statistician. "Statistics are powerful," Prewitt said. "They are a description of who we were as a country. If you say majority-minority, that becomes a huge fact in the national discourse." A 2014 study also found that white Americans who were assigned to read about the changing demographic were more likely to report negative feelings toward racial minorities. They were also more likely to support restrictive immigration policies and more likely to believe that white people would lose status and face discrimination in the racial shift. A number of researchers don't even agree with the Bureau's projections, arguing that it uses an outdated classification system. New York sociologist Richard Albus said the Bureau classifies someone as a minority, even if they have both white and minority ancestry, and may identify as white or partly white. Share this article. Share the census data is distorting the on-the-ground realities of ethnicity and race, he said. There might never be a majority-minority society, it's unclear. A study published earlier this year also found that presenting the Bureau's data differently can have a much more positive reaction. It discovered that when people read about how the white category was getting bigger by absorbing multiracial people through intermarriage, they did not report negative reactions to the Bureau's projections.